Hello, my name is Lori, and this is my video blog that I'm going to attempt to do at least once a week, but I'm a mother of two. They're 4 and 5, soon to be 5 and 6, and only 11 months apart. So I'm very busy, but I'm doing this so that I can just kind of get my story out. I've had a few people ask me to do something like this, so this is my opportunity to use the equipment that I do have, which is minimal, but and my experience with making videos is minimal as well. But bear with me, and maybe I'll evolve my videos into something more wonderful, especially if people show an interest. I guess I'll start by telling you a little bit about myself. Other than being a mother, I'm also married to a man who used to be a commercial fisherman, thinking deadliest catch, but he didn't work in the Bering Sea. He was in Southeast, and I worked a variety of different jobs. I'm kind of a Jane of all trades, I guess you could say. I never went to college, which I'll say right now, if you have the opportunity to go to college, do it. I'm not quite sure where to push you to go into what area, but trying to get something that is versatile would be to your benefit. I wish that I had gone to college for something, anything, a business degree of some sort, but I was young and didn't have any direction, and I don't know, beauty school sounded like a good idea, which it was, because I save our family money by cutting their hair myself. And I do cut my own hair a little bit. But at any rate, we lived in Southeast Alaska for a while, and now we're in South Central. I probably will blog about my pet peeves. I have a huge list because Alaska is so misunderstood, and especially after this last election, there's a lot of ignorant statements being made that I've seen on different blogs and comments after news articles about Alaska, and I'll probably rave about something like that. I want to take videos of the area that we live in so I can share that with people. So eventually you'll probably find out that we live in Soldotna, which is a really wonderful place, very busy in the summer because it is the salmon fishing area of the country, probably even the world. It's huge here. And I was warned that there were going to be a lot of tourists and it was going to get very busy. But it's a beautiful area. Lots of sunshine, very green. Reminds me a lot of Montana, which is where I was from originally before moving up to Alaska with my family. It's kind of weird. My parents got married and we're living in Alaska after having grown up in Montana. And so my brother and I were born here in Alaska. Then we moved back to Montana to be close to relatives. And then we moved back up to Alaska in '94. So the summer before my senior year, so you can imagine, my dad was chief of police in the area. So you can imagine that law enforcement kid, new to the area. It was the summer before my senior year. I kind of had a lot of strikes against me. It was kind of rough, especially being in a small town. People are very cliquey and not as warm to people. It takes a long time for them to accept you. I never really felt accepted in that town. Maybe I'm difficult to get along with. I try not to be. I feel like I'm very easygoing. I like to debate. I like to get into really spirited discussions with people. I never hold anything against people. I don't go the route of insulting people when I don't agree with them. But there you have it. And it may have been a lot of the law enforcement thing. People have this weird thing about they have a disagreement with a cop, so they hate their kids. Doesn't make any sense. It's totally idiotic, but there you have it. And I ran into a little bit of that. Love my dad very much. He's an amazing man. He's a very good speaker. People say that I take after him, but I don't feel like I really am that good of a speaker. I have a hard time pulling my words together, kind of tend to be a little shy at times, but maybe this will help me come out of my shell. My mom is a really beautiful woman who is very kind and open and loves kids, loves her grandkids, and of course they miss them very much because of us having to move. Now, the reason we moved was because we had some trouble with the medical facility. It's really a Band-Aid station there. My youngest son, at 3 years old, I recognized the signs of type 1 diabetes. I'm type 1 diabetic, so I caught it really early. And when I took him to the clinic, which was like pulling teeth, they didn't want to see me until late in the afternoon. And I pressed and pressed. I called another town that I knew was good because they had overseen my pregnancy care, because they had people there that knew about diabetes and understood it. And they said, well, go to the ER, they can't refuse you service, which they did. Anyhow, I won't get too far into it. Maybe I'll do another blog that fully goes into the story. At any rate, we had a lot of trouble getting him diagnosed, had to go to another town to get him taken care of, and that's where we decided we need to move. It's too risky. So we moved here, and the moment we moved to Soldotna, we've just had, in 3 months, I felt like I belonged. I finally felt like I had my niche. I don't have a lot of friends just yet. It's such a big area. I feel a little intimidated, but I'm getting a little better at that. I've made a few friends through a church that we're going to. They have a lot of activities, and so it makes it easier to make friends and make connections. And so that's how I've gotten here, is this long journey, and hopefully I'll be able to tell my story. And if people are interested, then subscribe, or at least favorite maybe my video, and I can get an idea if anybody's interested in listening to my story. I went through a lot to get here, and I hope that my insight will maybe help some people. I don't have a daughter. Maybe that might be something in the future. That's something my husband and I are discussing. There are all kinds of money issues and issues with having jobs, and I got laid off, and I'm sure we're not the only ones. I know we're not the only ones. I know there are a lot of people that are going through the same situation that we are. I'd like to connect with those people, and maybe you could even do a video response to some of my coming blogs about certain things. Please leave comments. I hope that they would be positive. I don't like people arguing or throwing insults around, so let's try and keep it kind. When things get more spirited, if I start a real heated discussion, then we'll kind of see how things go. A little argument is okay as long as we all stay respectful. So again, my name's Lori. This is my blog, Heart on My Sleeve, in Alaska, and I hope you enjoy it. Takes up time in your life at the sum of the slides, and sooner or later love comes inside you, gets behind you, takes you under its wing. Is it some kind of function, a reconstruction, where you